How are you, man?
Oh, good. Down to the desk around and go over there. Good after that.
I was wondering if you were going to shoot the ball and the goals.
Yeah.
You got 2 cameras.
Is it alright for you guys? Yeah.
It's over there, Joe.
Come back up after.
Is Brent away? For a holiday. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Blunston Arena for round 5 TSL action between the Clarence Roos and the Glenorchy Magpies. A beautiful, if not chilly day here in southern Tasmania for what promises to be a big game between two traditional rivals of Tasmanian football. My name is Anthony Osborne. Delighted to be bringing you this afternoon's action. To my left in the commentary box is Bo Down. And Bo, welcome back to the commentary box. Great to have you with me.
Good afternoon.
Obviously, these two teams coming into this game with slightly different starts to the season, it must be said. Bo, we know Clarence has started the season in fantastic form. We know about the Northwest challenges over the off-season, but the Roos, they'll be looking to really make a statement today after going down the road last weekend.
Yeah, well, it was a disappointing performance by their standards last week, kicking 3 or 4 goals, 14 last week. So back at the pouch, and it's going to be a really tough challenge for Glenorchy to come down here and try and win. But especially with Noah Holmes, it looks like Green's going to play a little bit down forward, and no Garland, but Alones and Preshaw are stacked in that forward line, Clarence. So it's going to be a really difficult task for Glenorchy.
Certainly will be. That multi-pronged forward line that Clarence have should cause plenty of headaches for the Glenorchy defence. Of course, a few changes heading into this game for Clarence. They've lost Colin Garland, who's out through injury. Bailey Aziz, Brendan Hay and Wade Wall also all out. Bailey Aziz with a nasty arm injury last weekend, so we wish him all the very best. For Glenorchy, a couple of changes as well, with Bailey, Wright and Farrow going out. But a positive sign for both of these teams, Bo, is they're getting some of their Tassie Devils players back on board. So we look at Clarence's team sheet, we've got Dolliver, Curtis and Blake Harper all coming in, as well as the captain Jared Harper back for his first game of the season. While for Glenorchy, the Ling brothers, Liam and Connor, and then also Jathan Pawson coming in. And there was also one late change for Glenorchy with Matty Dilger coming out and Jordan West going in. So I'm excited to see how those young Devils players mix it back at the TSL level for the first time this year.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big year for those Devils players, as he's touched on. And losing Dilger, one of the Dilger brothers, is certainly not ideal for Glenorchy. He brings so much experience in the midfield and in the forward line. It looks like Noah Holmes is going to start the ruck against looks like Liam Roach, yeah. So they've obviously lost McInnes, who's a dedicated ruckman to injury, but big challenge for Roach. So he's really going to have to stand up in the ruck.
Yeah, good observation from you, Bill. We saw in the pre-game that Sam Green was warming up inside 50. You can see there he's actually one out in the goal square at the moment with Noah Holmes in the ruck. So things underway here at Blunston Arena. I'll get you to go through the umpires in a moment as well, Bo, as we get things underway to start this one at Blunston Arena. The ball's bounced in the middle of the ground. Baxter Norton in the old-school maroon Clarence jumper. As we said, these two teams, arch rivals, up against each other today. Mark taken in defensive 50 from Blowfield, who quickly moves it to the outer side of the ground. Kick over the top from Nicholson. Punched over and out. Bo, run us through the umpires for today's game.
Field umpires for today, Oz is Riley Stevenson, Nick Butler and Nick Merritt-Smith. We got Boundary, David Luttrell, Brendan Green, Emily Best, and our goal umpires for today are Fletcher Ryan and Max Genders. So big up for them coming out in the cold, and good way to get paid as well.
Certainly is. Always opportunities to get involved in umpiring. And my colleague Nat Phillips will be delighted with that plug, Bo, as we get back into play. Tackle Wade on the outer side of the ground. Norton coming in. He's been in red hot form lately. Baxter Norton does well there. Evades one tackle, gets it over the top. Kick goes towards 50. Sam Green. Over his confidence, the world of good. Probably just on the edge of his radar. From about 55, he's not looking overly confident, so he'll just try and set something up inside 50. Green into the pocket, good body work, and the marks, just dropped at the last moment there from Preshaw. Rainbird runs his way through, just misses to the left-hand side. So, ominous signs early for the Glenorchy defenders. The Rainbird, of course, a former player.
Just going to mention that, he gets some revenge against his old team.
Glenorchy bring the ball back into play. Mark's taken there by Waite. The vice-captain looks to move the ball on quickly. Glenorchy just running themselves a bit of trouble. It's a daring play that should work out okay. Ling kicks towards half forward. Immediately wrapped up in the tackle. Coming in through was Dilger. Glenorchy go inside 50. Coast-to-coast stuff for them. And the challenge being presented to the Clarence defenders. That's a fantastic tackle and rewarded. And that is Connor Ling, we mentioned in pre-game, Bo. The Ling brothers both involved in that bit of play. And that's a fantastic tackle from Connor Ling.
Yeah, look, I was speaking to Josh Arnold during the week just gone, and he was saying that they didn't come out in the first quarter against North Hobart, probably didn't come out to the last quarter, so great to see a little bit of ball movement through the middle, and then a really good kick from the player to get it to Ling, who's a devil.
Connor Ling with a fantastic tackle to set up this opportunity. Kick is on the way. All class from Connor Ling. The Magpies draw first blood at Blunston Arena. 1 straight 6 plays Clarence, 1 behind. And that's the sort of intensity that Connor Ling brings to his football. He's an absolute coach's favourite, according to Jeremy Webberley, in terms of the Devils program, and he's just shown why there, doing the 1%ers, earning the free kick, and then making no mistake.
And, that's really pleasing for Glenorchy to see that they can get through the defence of Clarence to create opportunities like that. They probably feel a little bit daunted coming into this game. Josh Arnold was saying they feel like they can win. Well, you want to go into every game feeling like you can win, and that definitely boosts the confidence for the Magpies with that goal.
Certainly would, as we go back into the middle of the ground. Now to Clarence respond. Holmes wins it down to Rainbird. A real up and under kick. It's going to be a brave play to stand under this football. Connor Ling is just that. Runs back with a flight. He started this game in style. Takes the grab. Now Ling will look to switch the ball to the outer side. That's what he does. Finds his teammate. Have the ball just on the defensive side of the wing now, Glenorchy. Outer side of the ground. Kick goes down the line. Holmes unable to take the mark, but did well to create the contest. Protney sniffing around there as well. Just emerging with the football was the Clarence player, but enough pressure being applied there from Glenorchy, out of bounds on the full. So positive signs early here from the Pies. They'll bring the ball back into play.
Again, you can tell the intensity is up for Glenorchy as Blake Waite gets the ball on the wing.
So the vice-captain stops and props. Not his best kick. Not enough on it. And Jared Harper returning for his first game this year, the Clarence skipper. He's an integral member of this outfit. Harper takes the ball, kicks it towards half forward. Good clunk there from Sam Green. He's looked lively early on. He has a couple of options on short. Still assessing his options here. Is Green. Still has Keegan Ryan pleading for the ball in the middle of the 50. Pressure being applied there from Manson. Just did enough to put him off his kick slightly. Ball now at ground level. The reinforcements come in and we'll have a stoppage about 20 metres out from the Clarence goal front. So, mentioned early, Bo, that those talls down there for Clarence will look to stretch Glenorchy, and Sam Green's certainly done that early as the ball is thrown up. No one able to get a clear run out except for Mitch Rainbird, who marches towards goal and misses again. This time to the right-hand side for a minor score.
Yeah, he's looking dangerous early, Mitch Rainbird, so definitely a play to look out for today.
Big ball there was Liam Ling. Now Glenorchy looking to set something up from half back. Kick down the line. Pack forms at ground level. Backs to Norton. Stripped of the football immediately. And the umpire says holding the football. Great pressure there from Glenorchy. I think every time Norton goes near the football today, he's going to be put under the pump. Arnold has the football just inside the centre square. Good kick there, finds Nicholson. A couple of good users combining there for Glenorchy as Nicholson takes them inside 50. Holmes was in the hole. Numbers should favour Clarence at ground level, but the Glenorchy pressure's there, and that's going to be judged as a throw. An opportunity again here for Glenorchy. And as soon as the ball's hitting the ground inside 50 for the Magpies, their forwards are really going to work, aren't they, Bo? And now we've got an opportunity through Joshua Whitford.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the pressures there from the outset. Not like last week in the first few quarters for Glenorchy, but they're continuing off their fourth quarter effort against North Hobart, definitely. And Whitford can put them 2 goals up here early in the first quarter, which will really install some belief. And they did look really good at training as well, it must be said, on Tuesday when I went down.
Some confidence in the Magpies camp at the moment as Whitford's kick goes towards goal, and he likes it as well. Josh Whitford kicks the goal. The former Eade medalist does well, and the Magpies, they're breathing fire early against the arch enemy. 2 straight 12, plays 2 behind the Roos. 6.5 minutes scored in the opening term.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to... I'm not sure if they can sustain this, Glenorchy, but I definitely hope they will to get this game really exciting, and Clarence need to respond here. They wouldn't be too alarmed as of yet, but certainly won't be happy. As Blake Waite started on the wing last week, Anthony's moved back to the defence. Not massive changes, but just say a little bit of the magnets being shuffled around.
The thing I really like there as well, Bo, as we go back in the middle, just some of the prime movers getting involved for Glenorchy early on. Arnold, Ling and Nicholson some of the better users, as that kick from Dilger goes towards half forward. Crunching tackle laid there by Arnold, and we'll have a stoppage just outside attacking 50 for the black and white.
We're sounding like a broken record here, but the pressure from Glenorchy is just intense. It's great. Great to see.
Certainly has been, as this stoppage goes the way of the Magpies. Hurried kick, screwed ball towards the top of the goal square, taking a good mark there. Just reading it better in the air was Josh Curtis, another Devils player back in to TSL football this week. Had a strong start to the year for the Tassie Devils as Curtis exits defensive 50. Holmes has 3 to beat, and the numbers win out in the end. It might not have been a clean mark, but Waite moves it on quickly anyway and finds a target inside 50. Great awareness there from Waite. He could have blazed away, but saw that he had a teammate with a bit of space and did well to find Jack Mayles all on his own.
What they did well there, Glenorchy, is they set a U-shape up on the 50 to block the Clarence defence in and really have to go down the line. Obviously Green, and he's going to be a big target down forward, but just to have that little defensive push up the ground is really impressive from Glenorchy.
Yeah, certainly structuring up well as Mayles crosses the paint of 50. Kick is on the way. It's going to be pushing right to the line. Just fades to the left and through for a minor score. So the first blemish on the board for Glenorchy. 2-1-13. Clarence 2 behinds. Josh Arnold and his coaching staff would certainly be excited about what they've seen so far as the Roos now bring the ball back into play. Long ball out, does well, finds Holmes. Interesting to watch that Holmes-Green dynamic as the afternoon progresses. Looking to really stretch on Glenorchy's lack of tall targets. That's a really good kick from Noah Holmes and a good mark as well. Opportunity now as Preshaw wheels and goes. A messy kick inside 50 though. Mark not taken. Pressure now on the Glenorchy defenders, but they do well through hands. Waite gets his kick out in the path of Nicholson, who just slaps it on. Jenkins has Preshaw hot on the hammer. Holmes now to swoop on the loose football. Just keeps the ball in play. Clarence under the pump, and they eventually run out of tarmac. Over and out for a throw-in. Of course, this one of 3 games TSL today. The other 2 in the northern part of the state. North Launceston hosting Lauderdale in a battle of the Bombers, although Lauderdale are wearing the retro Cats Guernsey. And then over at Windsor Park, a grand final replay from 2 o'clock with Launceston hosting Kingborough.
That'll be a cracker, Anthony. That'll be a really good game.
Good test to see exactly where Kingborough are at as Rainbird. Clever kick out of the pack. Front and centre, Baxter Norton. Swooping handball. Finds a teammate there in Ballsboom. Ballsboom goes inside 50. 2 Roos at the back of the pack. They raffle it between each other, and it hits the post, I think. It might have just scraped through. And that is going to be a minor score. Opportunity goes begging there for the team in maroon and white, the Clarence Roos. That one through for another minor score. 3 behinds, plays 2-1-13. 10 minutes gone in the opening term. Kick goes over the top. Dilger does well to take the grab. Look to switch the football now. Back to Waite. See Bo pointing to my left there. You can see some players out. They can't quite execute it though. Chance here. That's a good tackle though, just to hold things up there for Glenorchy. A crunching tackle laid by that man Brady Simpson. Again, one of the real key performers for Glenorchy.
Yeah, they just had to take that mark there, Glenorchy, and they were out.
Good tap down in the path of Ryan, who's just pushed as he kicked, and that's out of bounds on the full. So nothing coming easy at the moment for the Clarence Footy Club. We know they play this game and this ground so well. But Glenorchy certainly looking to mix it with them. Structuring up well here at the Magpies as they look to bring this ball back into play. Short ball to the skipper, Matty Joseph. Joseph has Simpson providing the overlap run. That's where he goes. Simpson bangs the ball out of defensive 50. Manson, at the back of the pack, eventually emerges with the football. Wheels and goes. Kicks it towards half forward. Clever little punch there from the Clarence defender, but Daniel Muir should be first to the football. Good kick inside 50, looking for Jenkins, unable to complete the mark. Now the reinforcements come in from both teams, and we'll have a stoppage inside 50. Umpire Butler circles and eventually will take the football himself.
Yeah, it looks like Holmes has just rotated down to the deepest forward here, Anthony, so Green's going to chop out.
Green taps it down. Again, Glenorchy just not giving Clarence any room to move at the moment. Converging on the Kangaroos every time they go near the football. Umpire circling once again. And we will have another stoppage just in front of the Tasmanian sign here at Blunston Arena, outer side of the ground.
Yeah, they have a spare player in the middle of the ground here. Looks like Matty Joseph. No, not Matt Joseph. Dylan Browning, just for a hack kick, who's now been picked up, but we see a throw in, so they're certainly trying to get some turnovers in the middle of the ground just for a kick. Hayward into the 50.
Certainly are. They've been very impressive the way they've structured up so far. Ball's thrown in. Green competing against Manson on that occasion. That's where they'll look to try and expose Glenorchy today, Clarence, but skill execution letting them down a little bit so far, but the umpire has adjudicated that as a throw, so a free kick going to go the way of the Roos. Preshaw has it at half back. Blake Harper, I should say, as he kicks it down the line. A couple of players fly, unable to take the mark cleanly. So Blake Harper, another player who's had a fair bit of Devils experience, who was a shining light with the under-16s in recent years as well. Now made the step up to under-18 level. Great to see these players back at their local clubs with the Coates Talent League having a few weeks off. Push out there, free kick going the way of Green. One of the hardest working players in the competition, Sammy Green. He kicks it inside 50, looking for a flyer. Preshaw's there. Ball just bounces in front of him. Balls boom. Grabs the football. Kicks it to a dangerous spot. Back of the pack. Tapping the ball on here are the Roos. Looking to try and create something. Glenorchy defending with everything they have. Noah Holmes just pummels his way through, but the goalkeeper's on the last line of defence, and Joseph will be adjudicated to have taken the mark and will take the free kick. That's a dangerous sign, though, for the Glenorchy defence, I reckon, there, Bo, that Noah Holmes, there were 4 players trying to tackle him and no one could bring him down. He's an imposing figure down there for Clarence.
Absolute beast, Noah Holmes, wearing the 59 this afternoon.
Ball goes out of defensive 50 now for Glenorchy. Scrapping away at ground level. Jordan West, 67. Umpire Butler will come in and break things up.
They've certainly, progressed from last week. Glenorchy, they took the middle of the ground away from North Hobart in that last quarter, and it looks like they've been doing that to Clarence as a present. We see Rainbird fallen, taken in the Whitford tackle.
Green, great little shimmy and shake. Gets the ball out to a teammate there. He kicks it inside 50. It was Tompkins, but the mark's now taken. And Glenorchy, you can hear the applause from the boundary line. They're really liking the way they're playing at the moment. Not giving Clarence an inch as they take the ball out of defence. But in the end, there were 3 Clarence players that went through the hands. Green to Paprotny. Paprotny with a good kick to a dangerous spot, but Blake Waite read that ball really well and takes a comfortable mark. He looks to move the ball on quickly. They're playing dangerously, and that's an athletic mark there from Ollie Preshaw. He read that ball really well. And I guess there's some pros and cons to Glenorchy playing this slingshot style of football, Bo. Sometimes it can get them unstuck, and on that occasion, just unable to quite execute. It's a great mark from Ollie Preshaw.
Yeah, look, that wasn't a great kick out of the defensive 50 from Glenorchy, but they'll learn from that and definitely improve as the game goes on. But you see a turnover in Clarence's half just is really costly. You can't give him an inch.
So Preshaw sets himself for goal. Ollie Preshaw misses to the left-hand side. So another behind there for the Clarence Footy Club. 4 behinds now. Glenorchy, they're 2-1-13.
I'm not going to say too much, but maybe the Clarence Roos have just continued on from last week's goal kicking, I guess. They would have worked through that at training this week, but I'm sure they'll get it back online as Arnold goes down the wing.
Yeah, they certainly mentioned that during the week, didn't they, Bo, that Trent Hope at the presser, just referencing that they were really trying to work on the goal kicking aspect of their game, because it did let them down at UTAS Stadium last week. That kick into the middle of the ground is a dangerous one, but a clever little tap on there just keeps the ball alive for Glenorchy. They go to the outer side of the ground. Numbers should favour Clarence. Ling wrapped up in the second tackle. The umpire says holding the football. So Clarence just starting to turn the dial a little bit here. They go into the middle of the ground and find Keegan Ryan. Of course, a few jumper number changes for the Roos today in the maroon and white. As Preshaw thought about playing on, but he'll duck back. You can see some players loose inside 50 now for Clarence. Holmes caught at the back, just lost his footing. Desperate stuff here from the Glenorchy defence. The ball goes back to Holmes. Holmes feeds it back. Strong tackle laid. Umpire will come in and intervene.
Yeah, they had a player at the back there, Clarence, as you just spoke about. I pointed it out to you, and it would have been nice for them to utilise him, as they're going to have to jump over the top of Noah Holmes and Sam Green today in the ruck.
Throwing himself at the football there. Once again was Green. We'll have another stoppage. So those prime movers around the ball for Clarence. Your Preshaws and your Nortons have been productive early, but not quite as damaging as they'd like to be. Matcham does well to lay the tackle with support from Ling. Have another stoppage. You can just see the energy that Liam Ling and Connor Ling bring to this team, Bo. We saw them as under 16 players last year, really bringing the heat when they played a couple of games for Glenorchy. They just such barometers for them as Holmes kicks it to a dangerous spot. Wade at the back of the pack up against Preshaw. Preshaw sees it over and out.
Yeah, look, it's exciting when you have young players in who just want to play and challenge for spots. And although I'm not great, I can certainly feel the energy that those two bring to this Glenorchy outfit.
Manson takes the ball out of the ruck, quickly kicks it out of defensive 50. Couple of players underneath that one and punched over the line from Daniel Muir. It's great to see back out there. Of course, kicked 5 goals of that game we called out at KG5 earlier in the year against Lauderdale.
He's just another, well, he's assistant coach, so he can really show the young guys some experience. Obviously, a 2016 Premiership player, I believe, for Glenorchy is they just hack it out of the 50.
There's a kick there from Manson, who's playing that Sean Grigg sort of role, the undersized ruckman. Back of the pack, Roos have the numbers. Kick down the line, just goes through the hands, and might be an infringement free kick paid, and there will be. So, played 19 minutes of football. Clarence yet to kick a goal so far. They go short to Jack Preshaw, who looks to play on, ran himself in a bit of trouble, but good enough to get away. Chips it down the line as they look to set something up here from centre wing. Harper. A long ball towards 50. Blake waits in front, and who does well enough to just halve that football and go over and out for another stoppage. So ball to be thrown back in. Manson once again up against Green. Manson just looks to be trying to take the ball on every occasion. Quickly moves the ball on. A nest of Roos underneath it, but the leg speed there favours Ling. Ling goes towards half forward, back of the pack. Another foot race looming now for Glenorchy. The front of the pack there was Roach, but the numbers favour the Roos, who kick it towards the wing. Underneath, the umpire's going to pay the mark. A brave grab taken there by Nathan Blofield. Held his ground. Now Glenorchy have the chance to set something up. Blofield moves it on quickly to Waite. Broadcast side of the ground. Waite. Spearing kick in the direction of his intended target. Mark taken there by Mayles. What can Jack Mayles do? Kicks it tight up against the pocket. Might work out okay. It'll roll over and out. So the one thing they couldn't do on that occasion there, Glenorchy, was just blaze away and kick it out on the full. They haven't done that. Now it's all about trying to lock the ball in there and create another scoring opportunity, because the scoreboard does say Glenorchy are leading. I reckon the last 10 minutes, Bo, the majority of play has been played inside Clarence's attacking half.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're right. As Green uses his body.
Jenkins, back of the pack, unable to move the ball quickly. Clarence players converge from everywhere. Umpire circling. Take the ball once again.
I'll just touch on that little hack kick from Clarence. They had Ryan Borsman out on the wing to they could have used the overlap, because Brady Simpson just didn't man up enough, but it's worked out for Glenorchy.
Ball's thrown up again. Tap one down. Hack kick out now for Clarence. Just trying to get some meterage. Over the back, Nicholson takes a really good mark on the second attempt. He might think to move the ball on quickly, but instead assesses his options. There's a spare Clarence player at the very back of the pack. He does go that way anyway. Players fly. The ball's at ground level now. Strong tackle laid by West. Hurried handball towards the boundary. And it'll be taken over and out there by Harper. So you could see that spare there, but enough Glenorchy players are able to compete in the air to bring the ball back to ground level. And that's all that Josh Arnold, I think, can ask for today, because aerially, on paper, Clarence should be the far superior team, but Glenorchy just have to continue competing as the ball's thrown in. An attempted decisive punch there from Green. Doesn't quite work out that way. Merging with the football was Mail. Stripped to the footy. That's a really good tackle laid there by Liam Howard. Youngster, long sleeves, has the ball deep in defensive 50. Howard down the line. Holmes at the back of the pack, but Blake Waite did well. Just see there, Bo, a couple of times in the last few minutes we've seen Holmes and Green stuck at the back of the pack and a couple of Glenorchy players getting out in front. They're really obviously conscious of the fact that they might not have the body size and just doing enough to get almost set up a bit of a roadblock for those bigger players.
Yeah, that's really smart, as we see Manson.
Eventually got the handball off. Rainbird met by a couple of pies, Jenkins and Arnold. Umpire will take it.
Yeah, it's really smart. They want any chance of I guess, defending. They need to push Holmes and Green to the back of the pack.
Green won that tap down. Clever tap from Arnold. Rainbird with a clever little kick on. Blowfield's going to be first to it. Overruns it slightly. You'd be pretty happy to see that over and out. So Emily Best to bring the ball back into play just in front of the Glenorchy interchange gates. Looks like they're really persisting with this Manson option in the ruck. Throw in. Manson with the fist. Dilger had Rainbird hanging off him. Then lays the tackle. Jenkins trying to bullock his way through. Met by Preshaw. Green met by Dilger. Arnold wraps up Paprotny. Great tackle from Josh Arnold, but Paprotny didn't quite have the prior opportunity. Another stoppage. What are you seeing there, Bo?
Yeah, there is a spare in the 50. I think it looks like a Glenorchy player is going to man him. No, he's going to go to number 13, but have a spare, Clarence. They're going to persist with that.
Preshaw just tackled as he got his kick away. Mark taken by Jared Harper, the captain. He has the ball at the heart of Blunston Arena. Players screaming for him literally everywhere at the moment. Jared Harper opts to go inside 50 towards Holmes. That's silver service from Jared Harper. Noah Holmes takes the mark on his chest, and that's a lovely kick inside 50.
Yeah, on that occasion, he just had the speed on Josh Meredith to lead up at the football, and again, for a big man like that, great mark. He's a very agile Noah Holmes.
We get a good view of it here on the TSL live stream. Directly in front of us, Noah Holmes. Back in the TSL this year after a stint with the Dosa Roosters. Holmes crosses the paint of 50. Kick is on the way, always looking to the left. It's not going to trouble the scorers initially. A dangerous fist, and Joseph will keep the ball in play. So no score in the end. Hurried kick from Joseph, flying high, almost taking the mark there. Was a Glenorchy player. Matcham sniffing around as well, but the umpire will take it once again. So 25 minutes gone. Clarence still yet to score. We don't have the numbers in front of us, Bo, but I don't reckon Glenorchy would have had too many quarters, but they've kept the team goalless. That's exactly what they've done. Quarter time at Blunston Arena. Clarence, they're 4 behinds. Glenorchy 2-1-13. And entertaining game of football, but I guess Glenorchy able to capitalise earlier on. But the majority of play in that second half of the term probably in Clarence's half of the ground, just unable to quite get the scoreboard reward.
Yeah, this is just so pleasing for Glenorchy. Josh Arnold has spoke about it, coming out fierce. They didn't do that on Saturday last week, but they're certainly proving to do it now. So it's so impressive for the Glenorchy Magpies to come out here firing. And there's not much you can complain about from Glenorchy, as we say. Ace Cornelius down on the ground. Great to see him still around the club, but not much you can complain about from Glenorchy's side. But Clarence, they would have worked on goal kicking last week, and it just hasn't paid off.
Yeah, not quite at this point. So Glenorchy, they go into the break leading 2-1-13 to Clarence, 4 behinds. The goal kickers, Josh Whitford and Connor Ling. We'll take a short break here for the TSL live stream at quarter time. Second quarter action coming up next. Welcome back to Blunston Arena. Quarter time here between the Roos and the Magpies. Clarence 0-4-4 to start this contest. Glenorchy 2-1-13. The Magpies striking twice in the opening half of the opening term, while Clarence had plenty of opportunities in the second half of the quarter but were unable to capitalise. It's probably not the start many expected of this game, but certainly adding to what's been an entertaining contest so far. So Bo Downham, sure that Penryn would have had some stern words with his troops at quarter time, but big second quarter coming up as we see Roach and Holmes to resume in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he would be too pleased with that, particularly the goal kicking, but I think it was on Clarence's terms, the last sort of 10-12 minutes of that quarter, so he wouldn't be overly pleased, but I don't think he'd be sounding the alarms just yet, but the goal kicking definitely needs to improve. It's been an issue last week and it's obviously led into this week, so they'd want to continue, kicking goals instead of points, which is the simplest way to put it. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge for Clarence to, get those Blues off from last week and, put that behind them and start kicking some kicks with the big sticks.
For sure, as we get things ready to go for this second term, we've got Simpson and Harper on our broadcast side wing as we get things underway. Holmes and Roach fly to start this second quarter here. Clarence, as we mentioned, yet to kick a goal so far. Holmes bursts his way through the middle of the ground and spots up a target straight away in Ryan, who quickly moves the ball on. And that is a much more positive start to the quarter for Clarence, just able to get the ball inside 50 nice and quickly, and Blake Harper finds himself with a little bit of room.
It's funny what a break can do to a team, Anthony, as we just see there a really nice passage of play through the middle of the ground. It's so interesting to see what can happen during the space of about 10-15 minutes of break to recharge.
So a chance here for Blake Harper to kick Clarence's opening goal of the game in the second term, but he pulls that one to the right through for a minor score. 5 behind the Roos, Glenorchy 2-1-13. As the Pies look to bring the ball back into play through the skipper, Matty Joseph, who's playing down in defence. He finds a teammate there in Nicholson. Nicholson fans the ball out wide to Jenkins. Jenkins down the line looking for Roach, unable to reel the mark in. Pressure being applied now from the Glenorchy players as Clarence look to take the possession cleanly, unable to do so in the end. Nicholson backing his work up. Strong work right there from Nicholson to get back up to this contest, scrapping away at ground level. Clarence just got the kick away. Ryan got the fist in. Hurried handball out of the back, looking for a teammate. It was a clever handball on to keep the ball moving for Clarence. This is pretty scrappy play. Whitford gets it off to Nicholson. Good response here from the Magpies as they try and chisel their way down the wing. Preshaw unable to take the mark. Pressure coming there from the Glenorchy player. Eventually they're able to break away via Jack Preshaw and just holding onto the mark. It's a good grab in the end there from Ling. Quick ball finds Males. Passes the ball back on. Chance here for Glenorchy. Great kick out in the direction of Simpson. Now Simpson's got an open forward 50. There's a player all on his own. That's where he goes. Terrific ball movement from the Glenorchy Magpies, and it's all started from Ling at half back. Now an opportunity for Glenorchy to kick their third goal. It's Bailey Jenkins with ball in hand. He's been lively early on. Wastes no time getting to the top of his mark. Begins his approach directly in front. Jenkins, the umpire has to work. The umpire has to work a little too much. Hits the post through for a minor score.
You could tell that was not a great kick. He just rushed the routine. Took about 5 seconds and just kicked it. You see Clarence go down the outer wing.
Ball at half back now for the Roos. Look to bounce the ball down the wing. Ball back towards a central position. Players coming from everywhere. A heavy hip and shoulder. Doing really well there for the Roos. That might have been Wiley. Now it's back to Harper. Harper cuts it back inboard. Handball goes on there from Ballsberg. Now an opportunity with a barrel hack of a kick towards half forward. What can Clarence do? emerging with the football and kicking it in the direction of his teammate. That was clever stuff there from Jack Dolliver, another young Devils player, and he finds Sam Green, who takes a strong mark, and you'll get a good look at it here via the TSL live stream. Sam Green with another opportunity to click Clarence's opening goal of the contest. 0-5 plays 2-2-14. Wasn't the prettiest kick from half back, but it certainly just created the opportunity, and it was a good kick from Dolliver to set Sam Green up as Green begins his approach to goal. Kick is on the way, and he tucks it to the left-hand side. So the goal-kicking woes continue for Clarence, and Glenorchy, they're being let off the hook. 6 behinds, plays 2-2-14.
I don't know what to say, Anthony. Still got a lot of time during this game, though. They look to switch Glenorchy to Blake Waite, the vice-captain. Yes, you would have thought they'd practice that at training, and Peter Ryan, as we see Blake just take a bit of territory. Not a great kick.
Wasn't a great kick from Waite. Just sets up a bit of pressure for his Glenorchy teammates. They eventually get the ball away, but it might come back with interest. Green tries to trap the football, but a fantastic gather there from Meredith that goes back to the middle of Bunsen Arena. Players converging from all directions. Couple of crucial hands in there, just able to get that ball moving, and then the tackle's laid. But yeah, it's a funny thing, goal kicking. Certainly a mental game as much as a physical skill execution. Still got plenty of time to turn it around, but Glenorchy been let off the hook on multiple occasions so far as that fist goes over the top. Chance here now for Clarence, just outside attacking 50. Coming back the other way, being taken late. The advantage is now paid for Glenorchy. Outer side of the ground, scrapping away. Jenkins keeps his feet. Ball squirts out to the back of the pack. Handball over the top. Tackle laid, and the umpire's going to say push in the back. Free kick going the way of the Rouge. They might look to execute the switch here with Clarence. Norton retreats back. That kick now finds Harper, the captain. Harper's got Rainbird on very short. That's where he goes. Not marked, not taken. Reinforcements there for Clarence. Just getting away. The handball was Beerley. Wiley retreats back to Rainbird. Rainbird goes back to Harper. So Glenorchy just trying to hem Clarence into this portion of the ground at the moment. Harper happy to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, Nathan Blofield's dropped back. There's a spare, will probably contest this contest here.
Yeah, good observation, but he can't contest that when Preshaw soars high. Preshaw takes a good mark. The Ollie variety. Preshaw shoes off a bit with a kick and delivers it expertly to Borsboom, who has an opportunity now to move the ball on quickly. Ryan Borsboom instead stops and props. He's got Holmes incredibly short. Instead goes wide out into the pocket, but didn't kick it to the advantage of his forward. And Don Brown looks to move the ball on quickly now for Glenorchy, who retreat out of defensive 50. Jenkins, the intended target, tied up against the line, runs out of tarmac, over and out.
I think we might see a few long sleeves come out at the halftime break, Anthony. It's absolutely freezing down here at Bunsen Arena, but a great contest on the TSL YouTube.
You know, we are up in the gods here at Bunsen Arena. Andrew McCarthy, manning the camera, knows it very well. Only a couple of layers on for Macca today. He's got a couple spare as well as the ball's thrown back into play. Holmes got the tap down. Arnold emerges with the footy, kicks it towards half forward. Contest is set up, and just seeing it over the line there was Connelly. So 7.5 gone. We've only seen 2 goals so far in this contest. Glenorchy 2-2-14, Clarence 6 behinds. It's been an intriguing arm wrestle nonetheless. This ball's about to be thrown back into play. Might get you to give us some score updates from around the grounds in a couple of moments as well, Bo. Throw to you soon as Manson takes the ball out of the ruck, but I think he may have given away the free kick. He has. Ball to be brought back to Noah Holmes.
Yeah, 25 plays 25 in the battle of the Bombers. Obviously 6-4 here, 14, and Launceston just kicked the first goal against Kingborough up at Windsor Park.
Of course, that can be at 2 o'clock. Staggered starts for this afternoon's games as that kick goes into the pocket. Finds Jack Tremaine. Tremaine goes down the line. flying and taking the mark. A good grab there from Howard, uncontested in the end. Now, Howard assesses his options. What does he like? Goes short to his captain in Jared Harper. Harper goes short to Preshaw. So they're just working in a bit of a box here, the Roos. That one wasn't 15. Preshaw had to get it on quickly. Waite taps it down. Gets it to Arnold, who gets it back to Waite. Waite goes to half forward, finds Daniel Muir. Glenorchy looking to move the ball on quickly. Muir stops, props, and now launches the ball inside 50. It's a 2-on-1. Connor Ling does well to bring the ball to ground. Connor Ling then lays the tackle. Connor Ling doing everything for Glenorchy so far today. Couple of tacklers come in and we'll have a stoppage. I don't know how Connor Ling was able to have that football there, Bo. It was a 3-on-1, got his hand in.
He's had a great afternoon today. They just couldn't go forward. Clarence had Blake Waite in the hole. He created that with the spoil, and it's so pleasing to see that Glenorchy can just slingshot. As we see a hack kick again for Clarence. Will land out of bounds for a throw in. As we'll see Blake Waite again dropping into that hole. I'll have to fix that, Clarence, because if there's a hack kick out, he'll definitely be able to make an impact aerially. As we see Manson, I believe, and Holmes. Sorry, Roach in the ruck.
So it's Glenorchy long sleeves, bro. They make it hard to spot who's who, especially with a couple of very similar haircuts going on as well. That kick goes down, hurried handball off. Quick hands there from the Roos. Ryan sets up Harper, who ducks back inside, gets his kick, but he was just tackled as he did it. There was good pressure from Josh Arnold. And now the Magpies will look to launch. Waite retreats back to Dilger. Dilger to Simpson. Simpson to Jenkins. Jenkins goes really wide and just getting a fist in. And causing the contest was Jack Tremaine, over and out. So it must be said for how well Glenorchy are playing, that haven't kicked a goal for quite a while. They feel like they probably deserve some scoreboard reward for the way they're playing.
It's been a weird old game, this one. Clarence can't kick straight and Glenorchy just can't capitalise on the scoreboard every time they go inside 50, so
might be a chance.
We'll have a re-throw here on the outer wing.
So, ball thrown back in. Manson, who's competed so well in the ruck so far. Probably one team, Clarence, that there's the potential that you maybe could have a part-time ruck competing, because against Clarence, Sam Green, who obviously is an undersized ruckman, he works incredibly hard, and Noah Holmes, who isn't a specialist ruckman. It's not like there is an Alex Lee or a big imposing figure like that for them to compete against, but so far it's worked okay for Glenorchy as the Roos go inside 50. A couple of players fly, but Blowfield takes a really brave mark. He goes across to Dilger. Now Dilger's got a couple of players presenting. The intended target was there and reading it really well, almost taking the grab on the fourth attempt. There was Roach, but unable to do so. Tremaine, who's done some important one-percenters in recent moments, does well to see it over the line.
That was a really good run there from Roach. It wasn't easy. He didn't take the mark, but he certainly made a contest and took a bit of territory while he was at it. As you see Manson and Green. Green taps it out.
Does well, finds Harper. Harper goes and finds Baxter Norton.
Sorry, he didn't tap it out. He clunked it out of the ruck.
Norton runs inside 50. Lowers his eyes, kicks it to a dangerous spot and doing the defensive thing. And I think Ollie Preshaw hoping that we were playing back in the old Wizard Cup days where if it bounced off the post, it was back into play. He tried to kick the goal. In the end, through for a minor score. So 7th behind now for Clarence. Glenorchy, 2-2-14. They go straight down the middle now to the Magpies. Rainbird takes the mark. Uncontested in the end. Great to see Mitch Rainbird back out there playing his footy. Had a horrid run with injuries, but becoming a vital cog once again of this Clarence outfit. Now to side. Clarence. Bang the ball inside 50, back of the pack and flying with Preshaw. Unable to take it cleanly, but enough to bring it to ground. Shot on goal. And a bounce on the full.
Yeah, it's a very strange game. So as I've said, it's only 7 points to margin, and it feels like a lot more the Glenorchy in front. They've just been so good at the turnover. They've just taken away the middle of the ground for Clarence. See a hand pass off. He'll be run down.
Yeah, good tackle. Really good tackle.
Rainbird.
Rainbird moves the ball on quickly, looking for Holmes. So again, Mitch Rainbird just seizing the opportunity, swooped on the loose football and got it to Noah Holmes. Good pressure from the Roos.
Yeah, he's not someone you want to let lead up on the ball because he's such a good mark, Anthony, and hopefully for the Roos' sake that he can get a goal here to only bring it back to 1 point, which is, as I was just speaking about, so strange. We think that it feels like Glenorchy are in front by a lot more than they actually are, and they haven't been inaccurate by any stretch. As we see Holmes run in. Another miss for Clarence.
Yeah, it's starting to become quite the issue now for the Roos. It's their 8th behind, and a couple of them have been, to the line and punched through, but quite a few shots that they'd usually bury. Now, really, the onus is on Glenorchy to try and capitalise at the other end. That's going to be a free kick going the way of the Magpies, and they'll take the advantage, but be brought back. Didn't go behind the line. Play had stopped, so chance here for the Magpies at half back. Couple of options if he wants to switch it here, Wade. Plays the percentage though and goes short. Chance here for Glenorchy. Kick towards half forward. Green arrived, unable to trap it cleanly. Now the bounce comes off the line for Clarence. Handball goes in. Keegan Ryan with the handball back. Good overlap run. Green shrugs one tackle. Gets it over the top. Chance there through Tompkins. They keep moving the ball quickly to the Roos. Kick to the back of the pack, and the mark's taken. That's a terrific mark there from Bryce Alomes. He looked dangerous last week, did Bryce Alomes, but wasn't able to capitalise on the scoreboard. Fully capitalise, I should say. Now he's got another opportunity for Clarence. As you said, Bo, believe it or not, their 9th scoring shot. But it's a chance for the Roos to level the scores at 14 apiece.
Yeah, you'll hope to get a little bit of value for the work you've been put in here, Bryce Alomes.
So sets himself as Bryce Alomes. Kick is on the way, and shock, horror, that one's through for a minor score. This is...
You can almost put your house on it now that they're not going to be having their kicking boots on today, but they can certainly improve, as we'll see a punch. And Brady Simpson will just run out of bounds, but...
Yeah, frankly, rather bizarre stuff, to be honest, Bo, but here we go. 5 points the difference. Glenorchy still in front. 4 scoring shots to 9.
Yeah, we can only judge from up here. There might be some, I don't know, dew on the ground or just continuing off from last week. I don't think there's any dew. I haven't checked personally, as we see Ling run it out of bounds again. Certainly isn't difficult conditions from where we are, and it didn't look like it last week either, so I guess it's just something that they'll have to work on, and Peter Ryan might give him a spray. I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like it just takes one player to nail one and then the confidence will come, but unable to do that so far. Rainbird unable to keep that in play. Happy to see it out. So 16 and a half gone. We've played a fair bit of football to this point. We've only got 2 goals to show for it. Intriguing contest nonetheless. This ball's thrown back in. Manson v Green. Rainbird coming through. Green did go to shrug the tackle. Ryan links with Jack Preshaw. His kick goes right to 50. That one's gone over the line, so we'll have a throw in just in front of the Clarence members.
Definitely isn't easy playing in the cold, though, from experience. Not that I was great, but definitely not easy trying to take a mark. It does hurt the chest.
It's the joys of Tassie Winter as Green tries to emerge with the football, crunching tackle. Glenorchy just bang the ball out of there, hoping for a target down the line. Back of the pack. Roach lays the tackle there on Fisher. Fisher then combines with Bealey to pay it back, and we'll have another stoppage. Just outside attacking 50 now for Glenorchy. Clarence should have a spare back at the moment. Ryan, high up and under kick. Blowfield over the top, unable to take the mark. Weight at ground level, just overruns it slightly. Trying to get the handball out there was Blowfield, met by a couple of Roos, and we'll have another stoppage.
Yeah, this past few minutes has been a lot of stoppages and nothing coming from it. It's only moved about 5 or 10 metres.
Whitford goes back to Blowfield. Blowfield, scrubby kick along the ground to Manson. Manson does more of the same down the line. Front position there was Tremaine. Cuts the ball back inboard. Nice kick from Tremaine. He finds Green. Green now to Bealey. Bealey with a bold kick. Mark's taken. Riley Higgins, as a player presenting shorter, decides to kick it closer to 50 in the path of Noah Holmes. Great service there from Higgins as Holmes wheels and goes. From right on 50. Touch ball. Blake Waite emerges with the football. His kick smothered. Pretty scrappy football in the last minute or so, and that one goes over and out. So the intent certainly there from Clarence, but just unable to quite capitalise as umpire bring the ball back into play. 19 minutes gone. 5 points the difference.
Yeah, there definitely is a lot of intensity out there from Clarence. They probably should have at least 3 or 4 goals on the board. Some of them were absolute clangers that they missed. As we see Holmes and Roach, a short throw from the umpire. But yeah, they probably should be at least a goal or 2 in front of Glenorchy. The Roos. It's the pleasures of football though.
It's certainly a funny old game as the ball's thrown in. Joseph happy to watch on as the umpire will come in and intervene once more. Almost 20 minutes gone. Of course, Glenorchy coming off the back of a game against North Hobart last week. They finished the game quite well, but the margin was well and truly there at that point as Holmes emerges from the contest. And this is to the right-hand side. That one a more difficult opportunity through for a minor score. I don't have the tally in front of me, but I reckon that's probably Holmes' 3rd behind so far of the day as Waite tries to bring the ball out, but that one sort of come back with interest.
I don't reckon Peter Ryan would mind that behind though from Holmes. Obviously you want to kick goals, but it's still showing intensity down in the forward line as a long kick in the direction of Holmes. Brings it to ground.
Back of the pack, got to Ollie Preshaw, he gets it off to Jack Preshaw. Now a chance for Keegan Ryan, but filling the hole, Mark's taken there by Ling. A little bit going on off the ball as well. Here in play, ball in the back pocket. There's 2 players just scrapping away in the opposing pocket at the moment. Look to move the ball on quickly. Nicholson cuts the ball back in and finds Roach. Still some afters going on there between Jack Preshaw and Matt Joseph. Don Brown takes the mark on the wing. Brown moves the ball on. Kicks it in the direction of his teammate Nicholson, who takes a good mark. Nicholson.
Green's dropped back in the hole for Clarence.
Yeah, stop Nicholson blazing away. Has that spare man. What does Nicholson do? Eventually blazes away when the reinforcements had come in, but just filling the hole nicely with Sam Green. Just stood his ground and took the mark. Green moves it on quickly. Chance here on the overlap for Clarence. Harper, the Blake variety. Coming off the bench was Brady Simpson, who does really well. Brady Simpson scraps away. Tries to get the football out. He somehow emerges with it. Great strength there from Brady Simpson. Dribbles the ball towards 50. Green feeds it back to Wiley. Wiley evades 1. Moves the ball back in. High ball towards the centre of the ground. Underneath it, Simpson bounces back to his feet. Kicks the ball around the body. Again, another high ball. Just volleyballing back and forth at the moment. That's a really good mark there for Glenorchy. I think it might have been Matcham who flew high and took the grab. This will be certainly testing his distance, Luke Matcham. Doesn't look confident. Assesses his options. Just bangs the ball to the goal square. Muir's there, unable to take the mark. Back of the pack, Paprotny. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Just doing enough to provide some damage there was Ling. Cutting ball back inside, and there's a chance now for Glenorchy. Ball on the chest of Isaac Manson. And nothing coming easy for Clarence at the moment. And now Manson, he has an opportunity to extend the margin out to 10 points. Yet to have a scoring shot so far this quarter, Glenorchy.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. They haven't really had too many set shot opportunities this quarter and probably the last 10 minutes of the first, so they need to capitalise here on the scoreboard, Glenorchy.
Manson's kick is on the way. The umpire does not move a muscle. Glenorchy get their 3rd. The margin goes out to 10. And the Magpies finally get some punishment at the other end of the ground for all of Clarence's poor kicking. 3-2-20 plays the Roos. 0-10. Yep, 0-10-10 after we've played 23 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, and this is where the belief starts to rumble for Glenorchy. They haven't been bad in the defensive 50. In fact, they've been absolutely awesome. So this is where the belief comes. They've stopped Clarence from kicking a goal. They've kicked a goal themselves to bring it to 10 points, and the belief is going to be absolutely massive in this young group with some experienced heads out there. We haven't called Muir too much, but he's a coach down there and he's brought a lot of assistance.
Norton just gets his kick away. Ball goes towards half forward. Coming in there was Dolliver. Green emerges with the football. He's been good today. He gets it off to Jack Preshaw. Preshaw with a high kick into the pocket. Uncontested mark. Taken. Good movement there from the Roos, and the mark's taken. I think it might be Keegan Ryan.
Yeah, sloppy stuff there in the defensive 50 for Glenorchy. Just letting Ryan drop off there for Clarence. Sorry, Wiley drop off.
So around the corner, kick is on the way, and I think that might have snuck home. It has. So Keegan Ryan does get the goal after a quarter and 24 minutes of the second. Clarence finally hit the scoreboard through Keegan Ryan. A clever little kick around the corner.
Probably wasn't even the easiest kick they had all day to score from, but you need to take your opportunities, which they just did, and back to 4 points, so it looks like it's going to be a shootout here at Blunston Arena.
Ryan finally getting that goal. What can that bring now for Clarence? They've played 25 minutes now in this second quarter. Not a lot of time left in this opening half, but they'll look to try and bang home another now in red time. 110 plays 3-2 as we go back to the middle of the ground. Roach v Green. Green wins it down in the direction of Norton. Whitford comes in, merges with the football, kicks it towards half forward. That ball goes on right angles, over and out. Like a throw in, just outside attacking 50. Players all setting up here. There's one Clarence player now going back to be the spare.
Argy between Rainbird and Whitford.
Ball comes in. Green emerges with it quickly, wrapped up in a strong tackle. Umpire says play on. He took it out of the ruck, as you're legally able to do. There was a great tackle there from a couple of Glenorchy players. Just held Green up as the siren sounds. You can see Josh Arnold applauding his teammates. They've held firm. Plenty of opportunities throughout that quarter there for the Clarence Football Club, but at half-time, Clarence 1-10-16, trail Glenorchy 3-20. Keegan Ryan, the only goal scorer so far for Clarence. That goal coming in the dying moments, while for the Glenorchy Magpies, second quarter goal kicker Isaac Manson joins Connor Ling and Josh Whitford. So a 4-point ball game at half-time. 1-10-16 plays 3-2-20. We'll take a break here on the TSL live stream. Second half coming up next.
Done.
Starting to lose feel in my hands.
It's cold.
You are lucky on that part. The body will be right.
down to the Hurricanes.
Because she's using the program to go and do so. She knows it really, which I think very good explanation. She said, I love it. She said, come on, we're right now. We're ready for you. We're going to pause and such. It's full of 32 instead. Sure. Don't want to draw it. Boxes on them. You got boxes of it? Yeah, someone's seen it. Well, you wouldn't even know if it's usually I just keep one. Just to warm up the trigger finger. Because that's the problem is when your hands are locked. It's usually these fingers which are on the zoom. You just lose feeling. Said she ran out of tires the other day, so I come up here with about 4 lemons. I said, oh, really hard. Oh, well, jeez, what is it with football today? Well, the Mary's in Geelong, I better put a roof on the stadium. Sun, ladies and gentlemen. Characteristic appearance. just his world. It's just his world.
Oh, it's got a room.
Any 21-year-old fucking slaves. Different side of the tracks than me, that's for sure. No, that's sitting there from home.
We take this down here.
Oh, I like it. I like it, bro. Very good. You're in there with
Welcome back to Blunston Arena, the third quarter about to get underway in what has been a fascinating game of football. Clarence 110-16. They trail Glenorchy 3-20. One goal. 6 across the second quarter there for the Clarence Football Club. Glenorchy with 1 goal, 1 as we get things ready to roll for the second half. Umpire raises the ball off to get things underway here in the middle of the ground. Green up against Roach. Arnold stripped of the football immediately by Proprotny. Nicholson swoops on the loose football with a little 1-2. Nicholson now bangs the ball inside 50, back of the pack. Bealey takes a good mark. This first 5 or so minutes are going to be absolutely crucial. Glenorchy been able to hold on and keep Clarence at bay despite having so many opportunities in front of the big sticks. So they now have the ball at half back to the Clarence Roos. They retreat back. Wiley takes the mark. Wiley goes across. Now a chance through Harry Fisher. Slow, methodical play. Fisher looking for an option. Good pressure there from Glenorchy, able to have the football. Numbers at ground level though favour Clarence. They kick it down the line to Mitch Rainbird. Takes the mark. He's got Green providing some run. Eventually he goes that way. Athletic Sam Green kicks it inside 50. That's a really good mark. I thought there might have been a little too much pepper on the kick, but Ryan held his ground well, took the grab, and is Clarence's only goal kicker so far with a clever kick around the corner late in the second quarter. He'll now look to kick the Roos second.
Yeah, scrappy old game. Stay at Blunston. Only 36 points made by both teams as we see Keegan Ryan prounce in, and it will just stay to the left as Blake Waite punches it over for another Clarence behind. So 1-11-17 to 3 goals to 20. Glenorchy in front by 3 points.
Pressure now from the Clarence forwards, ground level. Ryan gets it off to Norton with a great kick. Backs to Norton, outstanding vision. Found Noah Holmes and just got his kick away in time. So Holmes, directly in front of us here in the broadcast position, will look to give Clarence the lead. It certainly be a kick that you'd back him in for, but the way the Roos have kicked so far today, nothing's a certainty. Angle to work with. Noah Holmes. The spearhead up forward today for the Clarence Football Club. Can he hit the scoreboard? Kick is on the way. Hits the post. Minor score. 112 plays 3-2. Matty Joseph to bring the ball back into play for the Glenorchy Magpies.
You can't make this sort of stuff up for Clarence. I'm sure they would have had a talk at the break, half-time, as we see Simpson take a mark in the defensive 50. They would have talked about it at the break, Clarence. It wasn't an easy kick from Holmes, but again, another miss.
Simpson down the line, ground level. Handball goes on. That one there, combining Gillett and Ling into the middle of the ground. That's an athletic mark that's been taken. Good grab there from Harry Fisher. Fisher doesn't kick it to the advantage of his teammate. Now coming in to create some havoc is Ling. Does well to keep his feet. Bell bounces into his lap. Ling goes inside 50 looking for Jenkins.
Really good use of the body there from Jenkins. Looked like he pushed off or at least made a little bit of an indent going left and then swerved back on to the right. And this will have some sort of belief here for Glenorchy. We talk about the word belief in the first and second quarter. This is the premiership quarter, as most people would say, as Jenkins has a massive kick to put them in front by a lot. Not a lot, but they need this.
Extend the margin out to 8 points. Jenkins, kick on the way. Umpire has to do quite a bit of work to the left and it misses. But yeah, that was all set up from Ling, just doing some fantastic work at half forward. He was able to halve that contest, keep the ball moving on, and great vision to spot up Jenkins as the Roos bring the ball back into play. Outer side of the ground, handball goes back. Cut back inboard. Spearing kick. Trapping the ball really well there was Tompkins. He goes off to Rainbird, and Clarence are off to the races. Back of the pack is Keegan Ryan. Can he get there before it goes out of bounds? He can't. And we'll have a throw-in, left forward pocket for the Clarence Football Club. 112 plays 3-3. Might get you in a couple of moments, Bo, to give us a couple of score updates from around the grounds as well. So the umpire gets ready to throw this ball back into play. Roach up against Holmes. Ball comes in. Holmes, tap over the back, looking for Norton. Joseph gets his handball off to Roach. Roach looking for Nicholson. Nicholson with a really good tackle on Preshaw. The umpire will come in and intervene.
Yeah, 65-33, North Launceston winning up there at Utahs, and 31 plays 24 up at Windsor Park with Launceston in front.
Of course, always a bit of a breeze at Windsor, so it'll be interesting to see how that game plays out. Here at Blunston, a 3-point margin in favour of the visitors. Umpire throws the ball up once again. Holmes takes it out of the ruck, looks to move the ball on quickly, wrapped up in the Whitford tackle. That's going to be holding the footy. Reward there for Josh Whitford, who'll look to move the ball on quickly. Out wide he goes, looking for Isaac Manson, who's performed that ruck duty so bravely today. He kicks it towards half forward. Ling, really well to hold his body there. Green funnels the ball back to Preshaw. Preshaw over the top. Handball a little hot there for Fisher. Goes over and out. Of course, there's AFL action for the first time on this ground next week, with North Melbourne hosting Port Adelaide.
Mid-game.
Absolutely.
Francis returns. I believe double header.
It is, yeah. TSL curtain raiser beforehand, absolutely. Clarence Football Club able to capitalise on that and play a home game here as the ball goes out of bounds once again.
Why wouldn't you go to that? You have some great TSL action in the morning, and then you can go to the AFL in the afternoon.
And also, if you're unable to get the AFL, just sit home, relax, and tune into the TSL live stream as well, with a couple of other games on later in the day. Plenty of football going on around the state as the umpire will bring this ball back into play once again. 3 points the difference in favour of the visitors. Roach to continue competing. We've mentioned a few times Glenorchy's ruck stocks, with Matthew McGuinness injuring himself against Kingborough on Anzac Day. Just outside, attacking 50. Another contest emerges. A couple of pleas for a free kick. The umpire disagrees. So we'll have another stoppage. Players just setting themselves up. Neither ruckman able to get a clear advantage. Green scraps away at ground level. They get the ball out wide. Backs to Norton. He's been in red hot form to start season 2023. His kick goes down the line, and a good mark taken by Waite. Waite cuts back in, finds Whitford. Whitford emerging as a key pillar in the guts for Glenorchy. He goes down the line, mark taken by Males. The sun bathes Blunston Arena. Males kicks inside 50. Daniel Muir was the target, unable to quite get there cleanly. So we'll have stoppage inside attacking 50.
What they're doing really well, Clarence, is on that occasion they push two back into the forward 50 of Glenorchy to ensure that they can't go long, and they need to go in quick.
Ball comes back in. Strong tackle laid. Umpire has a decision to make, and that decision's going to be holding the football. Great pressure applied there from Harper. And Clarence will take the ball out of defensive 50. Harper has an option on short. That's where he goes. Not a good kick though. Skill errors have let them down. An opportunity now for Glenorchy. Looking towards goal. It's through. Nathan Blofield capitalises on that occasion. Glenorchy get goal number 4 and extend their lead. 4-3-27. Clarence 1-12-18. Skill execution lets Clarence down on that occasion, Bo Downham. And on a couple of times today, Clarence have just left the door ajar, and Glenorchy have made them pay.
Yeah, not a big score at all on the scoreboard, but you can just see the intensity from Glenorchy to get it in fast and quick, and then Nathan Blofield being able to capitalise. He's been big. I believe he's in the leadership group or there and abouts this year for Glenorchy, so he's a key player going forward for them, and great to see him capitalise on the scoreboard.
Certainly is a clever finish as well. So come back into the middle, and the challenge is well and truly in front of this Clarence outfit. Ball comes back in the middle. Simpson gets it back to Dilger. Dilger cuts back inboard to find Manson. Playing with some confidence here of the Pies as Manson hoists the ball inside 50. Target was there in Muir, scrapping away at ground level. Clarence cut across to find Tremaine. Tremaine will exit defensive 50. Pre-Shaw's the target over the back. Matcham cuts his way back through. Hurried kick into the player who was manning the mark. Ling may have just infringed. He did. Free kick going the way of Harper. A couple of young Devils going head to head. So Harper has the ball defensive side of the wing. Opts to go all the way back to Wiley. Wiley goes further back. And now the switch is on. Plenty of instructions coming from the interchange benches of both sides. Act is a brave ball back inboard. That opens the ground up now. Paprotny kicks out wide. A couple of Clarence players can raffle it. Keegan Wiley takes the mark. He goes short to find William Bush. The youngster goes down the line, but not his best kick. Opportunity now for Glenorchy. Blake Waite with ball in hand. Players screaming from everywhere here. The voice just been dialed up a couple of notches. Down the line, Matcham and Wiley fly. The umpire's going to pay the mark to Matcham. No, he won't. We'll pay the mark to Wiley. Just throwing some of the bus there, the umpire with the hand signals. Ball comes back in. Ryan unable to take the mark. Manson emerges with it. Isaac Manson just bangs it inside 50, but no one's home. Clarence should be able to sort this one out through Tremaine, who goes to Wiley. Wiley just takes stock at half back. Structuring up really well behind the ball here at Glenorchy. Clarence up to do a switch again. A tricky football. Couple of players attempt to tackle Bealey, and I think the trip is going to be given, and now they'll pay the advantage as they bring the ball out of defensive 50. Outside of the ground, we've got Josh Curtis. Curtis, not a great kick, and Josh Arnold make sure that ball goes over and out with no issues. The stoppage opposite side of the ground to us in the broadcast position. 1:12:18. The Roos, Glenorchy 4-3-27. 12 minutes gone in the third quarter. Ball comes back in. Green against Manson. Manson wins it down. Now emerges on the football himself. Kick goes towards the line. Umpire's got a call. Will be another throw in.
Yeah, Holmes playing as the deepest forward there for Clarence. Josh Meredith's on the roll on him. It looks like a little bit of a size difference in at least height, and I'm sure in muscle as well. Big boy Noah Holmes.
And Meredith certainly had some big jobs to start season 2023. They've held up well defensively so far of the Magpies. Got the ball at half forward at the moment. It's a little bit like we saw late stages of the first quarter where the majority of the ball being played, but this time it's at Glenorchy's end of the ground. Tap goes on there from Manson. A couple of players coming through. Just getting his handball out there was the Clarence player. Clever little tap on. Opportunity now. That was good stuff there from Keegan Ryan. Norton kicks it towards half forward. A genuine one-on-one. Don Brown's there for Glenorchy, but he's no match for Ollie Preshaw, who wheels and goes. Preshaw kicking in the direction of a couple of tall Roos. Holmes at the back of the pack, unable to make an impact on that contest. Matty Joseph emerges with the football, but turns it over. Don Brown lost his footing, and Ollie Preshaw will take the mark. You can see Jared Harper, the skipper, pointing to the goals, urging his young star forward to have a look at the big six. They've had 13 scoring shots so far today, Clarence. Only one of them reaping maximum reward. Ollie Preshaw be kicking from right on 50. Slow and steady approach. Crosses the 50-metre arc. Kicks on the way from Preshaw, always looking to the right-hand side and just making sure of it. There was Meredith, punched through for a minor score. So 1:13 now, the Roos. Spearing ball in the direction of Matcham, who traps it. Wiley lays the tackle straight away. Whitford gets his kick away into the middle of the ground. Sam Green tracks back. Gets it off to Bealey. Bealey now bangs it inside 50. It's a 1-on-2. Glenorchy have the numbers at ground level as well. Simpson. Slow and steady. An awkward bounce from Brady Simpson, but it might just work out okay for him. Living dangerously deep in defensive 50 was Brady Simpson. He gets it off to Connor Ling. Ling. Kicks down the line. Mark taken by Wiley. One of the TSL's best rebounding defenders. That kick intercepted by Nicholson. Just got a fist in. Wiley will answer himself again. Goal goes to the back. Bealey wraps Roach up in the tackle. Coming through the other way with a hurried kick was Tremaine. Brave players underneath that football. Tackle laid. Ball comes out. Jared Harper. Clever kick. I don't know if it was intentional, but it's landed in the lap of Noah Holmes. It was either fantastic vision or a very fortunate miscued kick. Finds Holmes, who doesn't look overly confident. He's got Keegan Wiley all on his own, who's a booming kick of the football. Wiley tells Holmes to back himself in. Suppose a similar shot to what we saw a few minutes ago, maybe just slightly further out.
Yeah, you'd think he might be able to make this. You hope for Clarence's sake. He hasn't had a big impact on the scoreboard and the goals end as we see another contest that'll roll out. He hasn't been massive on the scoreboard, only for behinds. I think he hasn't scored a goal as of yet, but he's certainly got a lot of the football and he's had a big part to play in the ruck as well, and rotating with him and Sam Green. He's going to be massive in this last quarter if Clarence have a chance of winning.
Not the worst result, but it does roll over and out for a stoppage. What can they produce out of this? Holmes now in the ruck. Gets the handball over the top. Waite with a strong tackle. Umpire will come in to break that one up. Kick away from the Clarence goal front. Holmes takes it out of the ruck himself. Shrugs one tackle. Kicks towards goal. A genuine one-on-one. Ollie Preshaw's there. Unable to get it cleanly. The numbers favour Glenorchy. A screwed kick around the corner, though. Only goes as far as Jared Harper. Now, can the captain break the curse, Bo Downham?
Yeah, didn't have much to go to there, Matty Joseph. He just had to hack kick it, and Jenkins, unfortunately, that passage of play just caught lacking. We see the skipper back for his first game of the year. They need to get this Clarence, and who better man to get it than the skipper?
Yeah, there are goals and there are captain's goals. This is an opportunity for Harper to make a statement here for Clarence. Kick is on the way. Umpire doesn't move. Jared Harper splits the big sticks. Clarence get their second and move to 2-13. And they close the gap. Reward there for the Roos. They've been banging the door down to get that goal for a long time in this game. And Jared Harper, he cuts the margin back to just 2 points. 2-13-25. Glenorchy 4-3-27. And again, it was just pure wave of inside 50s, I suppose, there from Clarence. That eventually the damn wall was going to break.
Yeah, Glenorchy just couldn't keep up there, and I guess the kick with Joseph wasn't great because he had Jenkins on behind Harper there, and it was always going to come back inside 50 with that case there. We see Roach and Green do battle.
Green wins it down cleanly to Ryan. Ryan dishes it off to Paprotny. His kick goes towards half forward. Don Brown emerges with it. A couple of Roos clatter into him. Browning on the outer side of the ground loses his footing. Umpire will come in to break it up. So 2 points the difference. Almost 19 minutes gone in quarter number 3. Green emerges with the football. He's had plenty of it today. High kick. Goes inside 50. Mark not going to be taken. Big tackle laid there by Jack Dolliver. Player who's been valuable for the Devils so far this season, originally from Dodgers Ferry. Tap down, Ling Just looks classy with ball in hand. That kick over the back of the pack. Green retreats back to Bealey. Bealey to the outer side looking for Jack Preshaw. A little too much pepper on the kick. Glenorchy to bring the ball back into play. Ball goes down the line, coming off there, taking a good mark. Would have been Manson. Manson moves the ball on now. Ball goes inside 50, coming back and taking a good mark, Sam Green. That's his bread and butter. He goes across and finds Riley Higgins. Higgins to Bush. Of course, Clarence missing Bailey Aziz down back this afternoon. The youngster injuring himself last week after a strong start to his TSL career. Best wishes go out to young Bailey. That kick goes back inboard. Mark's taken. Bealey goes across. Now Ryan Ballsboom. Out in the direction of Harper. A little too much on it. That one will roll out of bounds on this occasion. You can see Harper was pleased with the intent there from Ballsboom. Just gave him a couple of claps.
Yeah, again, just not much to go to, so the boundary throw-in is will probably settle for that.
Ball comes in. Green somehow emerges with the football himself. Now kicks it towards half forward. Couple of Clarence players present. Ollie Preshaw is one of them. Takes a good mark. Probably has this within his cannon, Ollie Preshaw. He's going to set himself up. A few players presenting for him, but he'll look to try and kick his first major of the afternoon. Ollie Preshaw, similar spot to where he had a look at a couple of minutes ago. Kick towards goal from Ollie Preshaw, right to the line, and just touched on the goal line. Another minor score. 2-14 go the Roos.
Closest they've been so far, Clarence, to getting the lead. Now it's only a point, but they're probably going to kick more behinds than they did last week, which they don't want. As we see Joseph kicking it to the outer wing.
Genuine one-on-one. Wait at the back of the pack. Keegan Ryan, who's done some good things today. Ryan goes inside 50, setting himself and taking the mark. An athletic grab in the end, and it was a good entry from Keegan Ryan. Just found himself with a little bit of room outside of the boot, kicks it inside 50. Good mark taken, rising high. And another opportunity now here for Clarence, and they've certainly looked the stronger team for much of this third quarter. Now looking to try and get some scoreboard reward. Dolliver kicks for goal. Umpire has to do a fair old shuffle. Misses to the left. So they're just not closing the door here. Clarence, well, not even getting themselves in front. They've now levelled the scores. 2-15 plays 4-3. Joseph brings the ball back in. Blowfield unable to take the mark. Can he recover? He can't. Ball goes on. Around the player there was Preshaw. Tight pocket. That one goes over and out on the full. I thought if any goal was going to be kicked well, it was probably going to be the most ridiculous and most difficult attempt, but not to be on that occasion. So, scores are level. 2-15 plays 4-3. 23 gone in the third quarter.
It's just been a real scrap, this game. It's haven't been able to capitalise inside 50 well enough, I think, to get continuous goals. As we see that one land inside the field of play and trickled over by Blake Waite.
Yeah, it was an ugly kick.
It's been a really weird afternoon, I guess, with Clarence kicking 2 goals 15, but still remaining in the game. So they're really lucky in that aspect. As we see Manson and Green. Green punches it down.
Yeah, it was a strong punch there from Green. Cries of high contact from the Glenorchy faithful. The umpire didn't see it that way. The ball up just outside 50.
Good to see the Glenorchy faithful make the trip down to Belreef.
Green wins a tap down, scrapping away. Arnold, Preshaw, Dilger. Plenty of instructions being barked out from both interchange benches at the moment. So umpire Butler throws the ball up once again. Neither ruckman able to get there. Ball goes down the line. Waite gets the punch away. Jenkins in pursuit, so too Tremaine. Somehow avoids a couple of Magpies. Green gets it back to Wiley. Keegan Wiley goes inside 50, looking for a flyer. Decisive punch there from Waite. Over and out.
Yeah, Glenorchy just can't get any continuity moving forward. Clarence have been able to bring it back into their half and create numerous stoppages inside the 50 as the boundary umpire throws it in. Holmes
takes it himself. Swooping ball. Paprotny takes the mark. Done some good things today, Oscar Paprotny. Perhaps not as dominant as some of his other games this year. Paprotny sets it up to a hot spot. Again, Blake Waite, that's his specialty, isn't it? It's the double-handed fist through, conceding the minor score.
Holmes disappointed there. He had the lead on. Paprotny didn't choose to go to him. You see Brady Simpson with ball in hand.
And with that behind, they've done it the hard way, but Clarence find themselves in front. Preshaw, unable to trap it. Isaac Manson screws the kick towards the middle of the ground. Ballsboom kicks into the middle. It's a good one. Sets up Norton. Norton goes out wide, and the siren sounds. And, well, it's safe to say, Bo, the scrappy football we saw in the opening half didn't really elevate to any great heights in the third quarter either. Three-quarter time, 2:16-28 Clarence. It's a bizarre scoreline to Glenorchy, 4-3-27. The Clarence Football Club, they lead this game by 1 point. And I say that with a bit of a laugh because we've had 18 scoring shots to 7 and just 1 point the difference. Bo, a big quarter coming up. This game's still well and truly up for grabs.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure who's going to win at this point. To be honest, Anthony, it can go either way. Obviously, Glenorchy have still fought reasonably hard to get back into the game. But Clarence have done really well to hit the lead for the first time in this contest. So it's going to be an interesting last quarter for sure.
So 1 point the difference in favour of the Roos. We'll take a break here, three-quarter time, try and warm up a little bit. Last quarter action coming up next.
nice or simple. Looks like he's got a pretty decent summer. Just there, looks good. Lovely guy. He's got the business cards.
Final quarter about to get underway at Blunston Arena. It's a 1 point margin in favour of the Roos. 2:16 plays 4-3 as we get things underway. This game still well and truly up for grabs in the middle of the ground. Green feeds it off to Norton. Clarence looking to make an early statement. Norton looking for Holmes. Clinical stuff out of the middle there for Clarence, and Noah Holmes will look to extend Clarence's margin.
Quick out the middle there, Clarence, something they haven't been able to do as much of this game. And if Holmes' kicking has been anything to go by today and last week, I think it might be a minor, but let's hope for Clarence's sake that they can adjust the lead to 7 as Holmes struts in. Easy
Holmes.
kick.
Misses to the right, so you're right, Bo. That really would usually be an absolute Monty for him, but doesn't have his kicking boots on today, Noah Holmes.
Might have put the Mickey on him there, unfortunately.
So 2:17 they go. Glenorchy tied up against the line. The ball rolls over and out.
You can just feel the intensity in this game already. This quarter already, I should say. Things are ramping up to be a big game. Let's hope it's not a big blowout for Glenorchy and they bring the contest early. They were loud in the huddle before, so it seems like they're switched on.
They'll certainly feel like they're in with a red-hot chance here with the Magpies. Arnold around the corner. A couple of players race to the line, and they'll see it over and out, being Males and Wiley. Now they'll feel like they're well and truly within striking distance here, Glenorchy. They've worked incredibly hard across the course of the afternoon. Clarence really should be a fair way in front given how many scoring shots they've had, but Glenorchy, they find themselves well and truly in this game. Green wins it down to Norton. Norton with a little underground handball, only as far as Lynn, who's met heavily in a strong tackle. Umpire Butler will come in.
Fans have a bit to say about that. Not sure if it was there or not, but the umpire didn't see it as Green and Roach go again.
Green takes it out of the ruck himself. Almost got a handball away, but he didn't. Umpire Butler spotted the free kick, and here come the Pies. Connor Ling applied great pressure across the course of the afternoon. A real barometer setter for them early on. He looks to find Manson. Whitford cleared the path for him. Tackle now laid. Umpire says there's a push on the back. Free kick down the way of the Roos. James Bealey cuts inboard to find Wiley. Wiley just assessing his options. Goes back to Bealey. Bealey, short ball, finds Curtis. Patient stuff here from the Roos. Joshua Curtis, down the line, pre-shot flies, takes a strong mark. Quickly moves the ball inside 50. That's a really good mark, running back with the flight. Dom Brown coming like a freight train the other way, and Oscar Paprotny holds on to a really strong grab.
Really good body there from Jack Dolliver. If the body wasn't there to push, I believe it was Blake White out of the contest. It probably would have been brought to ground and another stoppage, or I'm sure Clarence would have been able to make something out of it. But just the little 1%ers that Clarence are doing better at the moment.
So Oscar Paprotny looking to hit the scoreboard for the first time today. Crosses the paint of 50 and never looked like it. And that's to the cheers of the Glenorchy fans. That doesn't trouble the scoreboard. So still a 2-point margin in favour of the Roos. They're certainly creating the opportunities though at Clarence.
I would say it's surprising, but it's really not. Unfortunately, it's been the tale of the day for Clarence, but they're still 2 points in front, luckily enough for them.
Ball comes back into play. Norton, underground handball. Unable to keep it in play there was Paprotny. Umpire Butler signals for a ball in.
Even numbers back for Glenorchy. Here, Anthony.
Umpire Best throws the ball back into play. Green wins it down. Arnold does the roving. Can hear his grimace as soon as he kicked the football. He knew it was going over and out on the full. So it looks like Wiley will bring the ball back into play. Just in front of the Clarence interchange gates is Keegan Wiley. He's got a booming kick on him, Keegan Wiley. Kicks it just to the paint of 50. Preshaw does well. Paprotny tries to get the handball off. Pickpocket there from Ling. Off to Arnold. Arnold down the line. 2-on-3 in favour of Clarence. Green wrapped up in the tackle. Now they're off to the races, Glenorchy. If they can just take this ball cleanly, they can't. Wiley meets Whitford heavily. Over and out for a throw in. See Males get over to Josh Whitford.
They wouldn't be disappointed with that there. They didn't have too much on except for Dan Muir in the forward 50. So a stoppage can just allow numbers to get forward or around the ball to hopefully get a clearance for Glenorchy and just find someone in the lead.
Ball comes back into play. Green at front position. Preshaw lays the tackle. That's Preshaw of the Jack variety. Harper kicks it. Norton, the hurried kick. Nicholson, back of the pack. Gets it off. Chance here for Glenorchy. Liam Ling met heavily by Maxton Norton. And that's going to be holding the football. Crunching tackle from Norton. The Glenorchy fans aren't happy. And Norton will stop and assess his options. He goes short. Finds Keegan Wiley, who's been busy today. Wiley has Green on particularly short. Opts to just retreat a little bit of ground. Goes sideways. Off to James Bealey. Bealey coughs the ball up. Goes to Daniel Muir. Hasn't had a lot of the football today, but that's a lively touch. He goes inside 50. Mark taken. Or the free kick given. Either way, that's a ball going the way of the Magpies.
That's a big contest, that. They've been fine in front of goal this afternoon, the Magpies. 4-3. It's full time in North Launceston versus Lauderdale, 83-36. 11 goals, 17 North Launceston to Lauderdale's 5 goals, 6-36.
We'll get the other score from the other game in just a moment. It was Jenkins. Now, big moment in this game. Kick on the way, misses to the near side. Glenorchy move to 4-4.
Half-time as well in the Launceston game. 6-1-37 Launceston in front of the Tigers at 4-8-32.
So a couple of big results brewing. Of course, that game all wrapped up, as you said, at Utah Stadium. Big win for North Lonnie. They go 2 on the trot. The grand final replay still in the balance. Mark's taken there by Ryan. Keegan Ryan bangs it down the line. Mark taken by Blake Waite. Shelling peas there for Waite.
Oh, no.
Umpire's going to call 50. Pre-short, giving it away, and Blake Waite soaks up the applause from the Glenorchy fans. Neil March down the line, and I reckon that's probably the first 50 we've seen today there, Bo. But
I think it is. Yeah.
crucial time in the game, so Waite.
We talk about captain's goal. This is a vice-captain's goal if you can get this.
Just assessing his options now is Waite. So he's going to back himself in. Not a great kick off the boot, but it goes right to the line. Clatters into the post after going on Sam Green's hand. And we've now got an even ball game. 4-5-29 plays 2-17-29 as Wiley brings the ball back into play. Goes out to Green. Those two have been two of Clarence's best this afternoon.
Blake Waite's just pushed back in the middle of the ground, just tracking the ball, getting in line with that. So they want to kick down the line, have to go through Waite.
Tremaine dishes the ball off to Fisher. Fisher, short ball to Green. Green goes over the top. Clarence players just finding themselves in little pockets of space at the moment. Little bush. Eventually moves the ball on. Kicks towards half forward. A little too much on the kick, and now Glenorchy will look to reload through Gillett. Dangerous ball going back, but it should work out okay. Luke Nicholson goes to Manson.
Not much on down the line except for a 1-1.
Manson gets his kick away. Looking in the direction of Muir. Back of the pack now is Matcham. If the ball sits for him, it does. Scrubby kick inside 50. Laying the tackle. Couple of Glenorchy players. Chief tackler there was Jathan Poulsen. Ling providing support. And we'll have a stoppage. Could just feel the Glenorchy fans rising a little bit as the ball was going down the wing. An opportunity for them now. It's all square. 29 apiece in the last quarter. This is an arm wrestle. Green wins the tap down. Bealey, hurried kick away. Ball doesn't sit. Connor Ling gets the footy. Delicate kick's a good one. Ling goes out to Matcham.
Sam Green's dropped back into just in front of the centre square.
Matcham kicks directly in that direction. Not a good kick from Luke Matcham at all, and the mark's taken by Green. Opportunity goes begging there for Glenorchy. Green to the outer side. Here come the Roos. Kick goes down the line, tracking back. Alome's unable to take the mark cleanly. Harper content to see it over the line. So Glenorchy continuing to halve these contests, just not getting the reward on the scoreboard. 2-17-29 plays 4-5-29. 11 and change gone in the last.
It's going to be interesting to see who the Mercury's Ryan Rosendale gives the votes to today, Anthony. It's going to tough game.
No, I like that, Bo. Put the pressure on him. Lay down the gauntlet. It's over to you, Rosendale. Tough decisions to make. Plenty of players have stood up for both sides. Handball goes back. Keegan Ryan. Ball smothered by Blowfield, who now lays the tackle. Just getting away there was Green. Handball goes over the top, but it doesn't, only as far as Blowfield. Blowfield looking for Simpson. He'll track it over and out. So a throw in just in front of the scoreboard here at Blunston Arena. Unconventional score line today, but it doesn't matter at the moment. 12 minutes into the last quarter, and this game is up for grabs. Roach v Green. Green won it down. Norton gets the handball out. Harper. Handballs over his head. Retreats a bit of ground. Ball goes up towards half forward. Harper gets it off. Clarence players are out here. Ollie Preshaw has a couple of options. Does he go for goal? He goes over the top. Clarence get the lead. Bryce Alomes from the goal line. Ollie Preshaw had plenty of things running through his head there. In the end, he made the right decision, and Bryce Alomes hits the scoreboard So missed opportunity at one end for Glenorchy. Clarence finally capitalised at the other. That's their third goal of the afternoon. 3:17:35, plays 4:5:29.
Yeah, just a bit of overlap running in the 50 there for Clarence. It's hard when most of the defenders are up the ground to put pressure on, and then they can't track back quick enough. That's what happened on that occasion for Clarence. So really well done, fought through from pressure. It wasn't an easy incentive to hand pass it.
Tap down. Kick goes inside 50. Clever little kick back inboard. Things looking good here for Clarence. Nice little delicate kick from Tompkins. Finds his target inside 50, and Blake Harper just seem to be moving with a little more authority the last couple of minutes, Clarence.
They definitely have. They've looked like they've been more up than Glenorchy, as in, I guess, posture and mental capacity up. Running forward with the ball a little bit more quicker and creating overlap run to get through the Pies defence.
Good chance here for Harper. Crosses 50. Kick is on the way. Here come the Roos. They get their fourth, second in a minute. And the challenge has now been laid down to Glenorchy. How can the Pies respond? Clarence finally with their kicking boots on. They move to 4:17:41. Glenorchy 4:5:29, and in the space of a minute, this game has changed quite significantly by Downham.
Yeah, you wouldn't read about it. A team that's kicked two goals in the first 3 quarters of the game comes out and kicks 2 straight. It's an interesting game, AFL footy, and we're seeing it right here as Clarence look to push forward, and Glenorchy need to lay the charge down and really dig deep.
15 minutes gone in this final quarter. Here we are in the middle. Arnold, coach of Glenorchy, what can he deliver in these final moments? He goes out wide. Strong bodywork there from Curtis. We go down, Arnold, kick smothered. Nice off from Tompkins. Ryan gets the handball over the top. Paprotny, unable to trap it cleanly. Waite to Whitford. Back to Waite. This is positive stuff here for Glenorchy. Waite goes inside 50. Ling at the back. Did well to make a contest of that one there to Ling. Green kicks out wide. Rainbird unable to trap it. Don Brown will see him over the line. How about the heart of Liam Ling there? He was at the back of the pack. Somehow halved that contest. He was the shortest man near the football, but did a fantastic job.
I'll give you another name, Anthony. Blake Waite has been absolutely massive this last quarter. He's been moving from pillar to post to try and make this win happen. And not in front just yet, as we see another stoppage in front of us. But Blake Waite doing a real vice-captain's role and creating some run off half-back. He's been big through the air, creating stoppages and putting the ball to ground for their half-backs to run and rebound.
He's certainly been in amongst everything that Glenorchy's done this afternoon. As Ling's kick goes towards half-forward. Chance here, Preshaw to Holmes. Dances around one, Noah Holmes whipping out the party tricks. Kicks in the direction of Holmes. Mark taken, or free kick given either way. And Clarence, after, as you said, Bo, you put it well before, just 2 goals in 3 and a bit quarters of football. They've got the chance here to kick their 3rd goal in the matter of about 5 minutes. Given the way this game has been played, this could go close to closing the door. Kick on the way, makes no mistake. Clarence on a bit of a roll now. 5:17:47, they lead Glenorchy 4-5-29, and we probably feared that this was going to happen at some point in terms of the contest, Bo, that eventually that damn wall would bust and Clarence would actually make the most of their opportunities, and it just seems to be happening now.
Yeah, they've certainly lifted this last quarter. I'm not sure what Peter Ryan said to him, but it must have been pretty inspiring to get them up after, well, let's face it, a pretty poor 3 quarters of football. For Clarence only kicking 2 goals in the 3 quarters, but bringing 3 goals in this quarter has definitely lifted them, and Peter Ryan's done a great job lifting them up.
So back in the middle, Norton retreats a bit of ground, had some run coming off half back. Preshaw tries to get his handball away, only as far as Simpson. Simpson funnels it back to Arnold. Arnold met heavily in the Ollie Preshaw tackle. Harper. Now Ryan. Now Ollie Preshaw. Norton's handball sets a bit of a task for Jack Preshaw. Around the corner, setting things up. Holmes at the front, unable to trap it. Over and out for a throw-in.
Just the lift in intensity is needed here for Glenorchy to match Clarence. Has been absolutely huge. I've said it a few times already this call, but Clarence have been huge.
Ball goes in. Punch over the top. Norton emerges with the football. Joseph sees him over the line, just in front of the Clarence members. 19 minutes gone. Ball thrown in. Green taps it back. Chance here for Clarence. Right on the goal line. Don Brown does well. Keeps the ball in play, and they'll eventually see it through for a minor score. 5:18 go the Clarence Kangaroos. Glenorchy 4-5-29. Strong mark taken there by Nicholson. Good kick, finds Ling. He's been so impressive today. The two Ling brothers have, it must be said. Over the top, Simpson, unable to take it. Blowfield. And I saw you spotted out of the corner of your eye there, Bo. Unable to quite get involved on that occasion. Preshaw gets it back. Mark just taken by Keegan Ryan.
Certainly lifted these last 19 and a bit minutes here, Clarence.
Ryan to Norton. Unable to take it cleanly. Back to Ryan, who now goes to Green. Green back to Tremaine, who goes right across. Chance now for Clarence to set something up out of defensive 50. Wiley waits the overlap run and eventually comes. Kick in the Rainbird direction, takes a strong mark. Thought about playing on. Forced back off his line.
You wouldn't blame him for trying to slow down play here, Clarence, and just take minutes off the clock. Minutes or seconds will do.
I think the umpire might have paid a mark. He has. So, Noah Holmes, who's had... It's been probably a bit of a side spectacle today, hasn't it, Bo? Just the kicking for goal for Clarence, and Noah Holmes particularly. He's created some opportunities, but hasn't quite been able to capitalise. Done a lot of things right, just hasn't been able to finish his work. He's got a chance here now. As Clarence look for goal number 6, and I think this one would well and truly shut the doors on a gallant Glenorchy outfit. Holmes, tied up in the pocket, kicks on the way, scrapes through for a minor score only.
Not shock horror there. Holmes has been dismal in front of goals.
He's
But
usually
he hasn't had a terrible impact on the game, though. He's been really good in the ruck and moved forward at times. Obviously, he's seeing there he's 6, 4 or 5 behinds, but certainly hasn't had a terrible day around the ground. Just in front of goals, he hasn't been great.
No, you're right. He's actually put together a pretty strong performance. Just hasn't been able to finish his work. Into the middle. Nicholson pushed off the ball. Muir comes in for support. Handball goes back. Kick goes inside 50. Mark taken, unattended. A couple of Glenorchy players just got a little bit lost there, and swooping in and taking the grab there for Clarence was Oscar Paprotny. He's had one look at goal so far this quarter. Didn't trouble the scorers. This one a slightly friendlier angle.
Something they've been good at all day, Glenorchy, making their opponent accountable, and especially manning up. You see Paprotny to put the dagger in the heart. Again, offline. Out on the full, in fact. Yeah, it's been something that Glenorchy've been good at for 3 quarters, playing on their opponent. Slacked it this quarter.
Kick goes back in. Arnold takes a really strong mark. Gets back off his mark now, does Josh Arnold. next stoppage, Bo. I might get you to tell me who these two teams are playing next week in round 6 action. Wait, unable to take the mark, and now get rewarded with the free kick as he sets things up now. Wait, looking for Arnold, who just works so tirelessly as a Glenorchy coach. Wait provides the overlap run. Dinky kick towards half forward. Clever little punch on there from Muir. Kept the ball moving on. Wiley retreats back to Harper. Harper around the corner, looking in the direction of a couple of Roos. Tied up against the line, and seeing it over and out there was Ruben Tompkins. So if you look ahead to next week, who do these two teams have on the radar?
Yeah, it's not easy for Glenorchy again next week. No games are easy, but they have North Launceston at KG5 at 1 o'clock, so tune in via the AFL Tas streamer at KG5, and Clarence have North Hobart in that double header here at Winston Arena.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how that one goes. It'll be a good test to see where North Hobart are at particularly. Just got the bye this week after a couple of good results. Have another stoppage here in play. Broadcast side of the ground. Green taps it towards the line. Norton unable to keep it in play. Joseph content to see it over. So 20 points the difference now in favour of the Roos. 24 minutes gone in this last quarter. Just feels like the last minute or so, a little bit of the spark has gone out of the game. Green gets it back. Harper goes inside 50 now for Clarence. Presenting and almost taking the grab there. Was alone, unable to do so. Coming back the other way, Keegan Ryan just got his handball out. Blowfield. Met by Dolliver. We'll have a stoppage.
Ugly game today. I guess it's been really contested for the most part.
Green just spirals the football away, and that one will be over and out on the full. No, you're right, Bo. Nothing's come easy for either team today. It's been a scrappy, contested contest. A real arm wrestle. It's only really been that 3-minute burst earlier in this quarter that's broken the game open. As I've said, Clarence have had ample opportunity to really ram home the advantage, but haven't been able to do so. Arnold unable to take that mark cleanly. Feeds it back to his captain in Joseph. Joseph with a high up and under, flirting with the boundary line. Taking the mark there, Jack Preshaw did well. Preshaw massages the ball inside 50. Players just bouncing off each other around this stoppage. Umpire will call for it.
Not sure how Peter Ryan will be feeling about this game. Probably happy to get the win, but again, they have kicked 19 behind, so...
Yeah, as a reminder, Bob, I might get you to just have a look at what the scoreline was for Clarence last week at the next stoppage, and we can run through that as well, because as you said, you did say pre-game you identified that the goal kicking had been an issue for them, and safe to say today it has remained a bit of an issue.
Yeah, they finished with 13 behinds last week, so they've
4-13 from memory.
4-13, yeah, they've improved on the behind front and the goal front by 1. That's definitely something they'll be needing to look at during the week. I'm sure they looked at it this week as well after the North Launceston game, but again, just hasn't been great in front of goal.
I guess the pleasing thing is they've created a lot of those opportunities, but as you said, just haven't been able to get it done. If they can come out of this game with the points and the job done, I'll certainly take that, but probably not quite peaking at the moment of the Roos as Nicholson marches through the middle of Blunston Arena, kicks it to the outer side of the ground. Bit of extra light being provided there from the scoreboard. Ball comes back into play. Kick, punch goes over the top. Can Blowfield keep it in play? He does. Kicks the goal. Blowfield will get his second. And Clarence, they hit the scoreboard. Or Glenorchy hit the scoreboard, I should say. Afternoon getting into their boat. That was a nice finish there from Blowfield, right on the goal line. You can see there, just over 1,110 in the house today. They've seen
that. It didn't seem like a lot, but there's probably a lot of people inside watching. But it's great to have some fans come down for what was a cracking game the first 3 quarters, and I guess a bit, and then it just blew out for Glenorchy, unfortunately. And that's something Josh Arnold won't be too pleased with the blowouts. Obviously, Kingborough last 2 weeks ago, sorry. And this one here, another not big blowout.
Yeah, they've got it back to 14. They'll try and scrap away to get it back under double digits as Arnold's kick goes inside 50. He can sit there, mark taken by Ballsboom. Just urges his teammates to just slow things down a little bit. Kick goes out wide. Down the line go the Roos. Back of the pack. A couple of players trying to raffle it between them. Don Brown just takes the football himself. Gets it off to Dilger. Back to Don Brown. Glenorchy not going to go in dire wondering here as they go back inside 50. Chance here for Glenorchy, but dashing off half back now come the Roos. Kick goes towards a genuine one-on-one contest. Harper keeps his feet. Does really well there, does Blake Harper. Kicks it towards 50 in the direction of his captain, Jared Harper. Harper's kick towards the goal square. Mark taken by Bryce Loebs.
I think what they were probably lacking today is Hunter Williams, Harrison or Hunter Williams, big 6'5", full forward. He's missing today. Tyron Bailey, who looks really good for them, plays for New Norfolk, and Josh Farrow down forward as well, played last week. He also plays for New Norfolk, so they've probably missed someone. Marking overhead as the siren goes here.
So Bryce Loebs, after the siren, will kick the goal, and it wasn't the prettiest win for the Clarence Football Club, but they'll certainly take it. 6-19-55. They've defeated Glenorchy 5-5-35, and yeah, it wasn't the prettiest game of football, Bo, but an intriguing arm wrestle nonetheless, and some positive signs, particularly for Glenorchy with their competitiveness across the course of the afternoon.
I think Josh Arnold will take this. Obviously, he would have liked to win, and everyone, the Glenorchy faith would have liked to win, but I think he'll take this. Clarence, I think a lot of people thought that Clarence are going to be up there after their round 3 performance against Launceston earlier, where they came out of the pouch and dominated that game from the outset. And Glenorchy, well, they came out dominant from quarter 1 to about quarter 3, and then the wheels just fell off the track there. But a gallant Glenorchy effort.
Certainly was, and yeah, Clarence, they had some opportunities to really extend that advantage throughout the game, unable to do so, but full credit to Glenorchy. They stuck fat, made a contest out of it. So in the end, Clarence do win this one 6-19-55 to Glenorchy 5-5-35. You can see Clarence women's players coming out onto the ground about to play in the SFLW this afternoon as well. But that will be it from Bludston Arena from a TSL perspective today. Clarence win this one 6-19-55. Glenorchy 5-5-35. Thanks to Ash Wilkes in the studio, Andrew McCarthy on the camera as he salutes the crowd, and Bo Downham in the commentary box. Great job today, Bo. We'll hear you over the next couple of weeks, and as we wrap this one up, Clarence get the job done today ahead of an AFL curtain raiser next week. Bye for now.